Hi, welcome to Technical Surfaces Online Technical Information System, or OTIS for short. Under the welcome message, you will see your site name and any pitches at that site. In this case, we have two pitches, a third generation pitch and some tarmac courts. Details of each pitch are shown here. If you want to switch between these, we simply click on them. The highlighted pitch will be shown and the details will change on the right. Further pitch details can be seen by pressing the More button, where we will show life expectancy, pile heights, line markings, etc. We also show the contract details for each pitch, which will include your order number and date, when we received it, and the various frequencies involved. The contact details shows information about yourself. If any of these change over time, please make sure to email those to us or give us a call. Finally, your unique 9 reference number, which is displayed on your quotes and correspondence, is shown here. If you are responsible for more than one site, then your logon will have activated the Site List button here. Pressing it will display all the sites that you are able to view. You can swap between these by simply pressing the green 9 number. You can see this particular site has a sandfill pitch. Going back to the site list, we can reselect the one earlier. Once again, this site list function is only available for those who have access to more than one site. Back at the home screen, if there are any jobs that are awaiting your confirmation, they will be listed here. Please note that this list includes all jobs for this particular site. Therefore, if you have more than one pitch, the pitch name will be shown at the end of the work's description. If you are unsure what the process involves, pressing the information button will give further details. If you are happy with the date and time of the works, simply select Yes, or alternatively selecting No will highlight and allow you to enter your own date and time. You can also send us additional comments by entering them in this box before sending them to us. Once we have processed this information, it will appear in the Planner section of OTIS. The Planner section holds all the future works to be done on your artificial pitch. You can scroll down the list by using the arrows on the right. The list gives the date, an approximate time when the works will be done, and a description. It also gives a status. In this case, all these jobs have been confirmed by yourself. The information button here clarifies this. Therefore, the Planner section is the ideal place to look if you want to know when we are next due to come in to carry out works on your artificial surface. If you want to look at past works, then the Service History tab is the place to be. A list of all the works previously taken place on the service is shown, and again you can scroll down the list using the arrows on the right hand side. You'll also notice a PDF icon. Clicking this will show you the actual Contracts Works form that was used to complete the job. As well as our own work, you can also see that there is work carried out by other companies. This is one of the unique features within OTIS, in the fact that it will not only display work done by Technical Surfaces, but also record work done by yourself or a third-party contractor. These work records can be added by pressing the button here. The activity or service history record can be created here by adding the date and time if required, the job description, which can be chosen from the drop-down list or added manually, the company that did the works, or pressing in-house if it was done by yourselves. The operative, again this is optional, as well as the cost. You can also choose to upload a file, such as we saw the contract works form that was signed off on the technical services job, if you have your own internal logs or worksheets, and then you can save the activity. It will then appear in the Service History tab with the date, work done, and any signed log that you attach to it. You will notice that any work you enter yourself has a green edit button next to it. This allows you to alter any mistakes that may have been made when entering the data. You can also use OTIS to add future works in the same way. These items will appear in the planner section rather than the service history, which may be useful if you want to remind yourself of upcoming maintenance works. As well as job planning, OTIS also allows you to see any quotes that Technical Services may have provided. These are shown on the Quotes tab. Here you will see the date the quote was sent, and the description and the cost, and the status, whether ordered, declined or not yet ordered. If you wish to order any items on here, you can do so by simply clicking the order button, which will send an email to us. When you do this, you are able to enter a message or purchase order number. You can also attach your own purchase order file as well, and simply submit it through to us. If you're unsure what these items relate to, the Reports tab holds all the quotes we have sent to you. Again, these can be viewed by pressing the PDF icon. The next section you will see is the Support tab. This section allows you to quickly and easily report any problems with your surface. Simply select the pitch layout which best suits, and then drag and drop the problems to the selected area. For example, if you have a seam repair required just above the penalty area, simply drag it and drop the icon, or alternatively an inlaid line on the centre circle. If you make a mistake and drag the wrong icon, it can be removed by selecting this button. Once you have highlighted the problem areas, you can enter your name, email and a brief description of the problem. You can, if required, also add a photograph for us and send it over to our support team, who will act on it straight away. The next section is called Documentation and allows both yourself and ourselves the ability to store documents for reference purposes. Pitch documents can be added and stored against the pitch or the site. For example, you may have pitch specifications that you wish to add to this particular pitch record, but site traffic restrictions that relate to the whole site. Detailed information how to add and edit these is given in the information button. Further down the page you will see a risk assessments and method statements area. This area is used by ourselves to add important health and safety information we feel may be useful to you. You can simply scroll down to find the document you require and use the PDF icon to select method statement or risk assessment. The Globals document area holds further information as well as an OTIS training manual in PDF format. The final area in this OTIS tutorial is the Usage tab. Similar to the Site List tab we mentioned earlier, the Usage tab is only visible for those clients that actually want to use it, and it is activated on their login. As the name suggests, this area allows clients to enter the usage on their surface simply by pressing the Add button. You will then be presented with the Usage Record Details page. Here you can enter the usage in a number of ways. You can either enter it as individual blocks of use on the surface, so by entering the date and the time, the hours or minutes, whether it was a full pitch, half pitch, third or quarter pitch usage, the number of players or unknown if you're unaware of that, and whether they are wearing flat or AstroTurf boots are worn. The usage type can be also entered, and a revenue figure if required. Alternatively, rather than entering individual usage on the surface, you can just put in day, week or monthly totals instead. So if you have a total for week commencing the 1st of April, you can simply select the week beginning or the weekend and just enter the hours as a block booking. The same obviously can be done for the month as well. You may be wondering why we need to know the area of the pitch that was in use and the number of players. This was introduced following funding requirements from the Rugby Football Union, FA and the Football Foundation, and also the manufacturers and installers. All parties were keen to know that the maintenance on the surface was adequate for the level of usage. Simply knowing the total hours used wasn't sufficient to calculate the exact wear to the carpet and pile. Therefore, by knowing the actual area of the surface that was in use and the number of players using that area, we were able to calculate a factored usage. This factored usage is also affected by the player's footwear, and hence the reason we ask if flat or AstroTurf boots are worn. Again, unless your pitch provider or installer has requested that you complete this section, there is no need to worry. If you decide to enter the usage, it will be shown by week total in this column. You can actually see a breakdown of each week by selecting it and then viewing it further down the page in this section. Again, using the arrows, you can scroll down to see every entry. As before, there is a green edit button which allows you to change or modify the entry if it is wrong. You will also see that where it says players, there is EST, which stands for estimated. You remember that when you were adding the data, there was an option to just tick unknown. If you did this, the system will actually calculate and estimate the player totals to provide a factored usage. On this screen, you can also see the total usage hours for the year and the factors hours, and also a monthly average. This is also shown on the graph above. If required by your installer, you may also see a service level indicator. This will show clearly if the present level of maintenance is adequate for the usage on the surface. The graph can also show revenue figures by pressing the tab here, with again yearly totals and averages. Technical services maintenance on the surface, the number of drag brushes, sweeps, vegetation treatments, decompactions and inspections, and your own in-house maintenance. This information is collected from the service history you entered earlier. By selecting one of the standard maintenance aspects and selecting in-house. That completes the OTIS tutorial. Just to recap, when you first log on to OTIS, you will be presented with the home screen, which will show any jobs requiring your confirmation. Alternatively, if you are a multi-site user, you will be presented with your site list. Also remember, if you have more than one pitch at a site, that you have selected the right one. In this case, Tarmac Courts is selected, therefore there is no service history. However, selecting the 3G pitch, we can see all the works that have been completed. Please also note that there is an OTIS Home button on the top menu bar. This is useful if you want to navigate away from OTIS into the main website to get further information about an activity, for example, decompactions. You can return to OTIS by pressing the OTIS Home. If you require any more help, don't forget there is a PDF manual in the documentation section, and you can also contact us either by email or telephone, where we'd be happy to help. Finally, don't forget to sign out.